Yeah. I want West in I building, easy. Yo, Nayata, ask them gyal suck me there. A 21 question, and me have a couple contestant. Right now me a go need do no confession. If me go a jail, would you wait for me? Or you woulda fuck for me with me charge it? If me sick, would you care for me? Or you woulda leave me to go party? If me dey a foreign and I send me money, would you build a house in my name for me? Answer me no, me a wait shorty. Coulda expect a little loyalty. Me a ask 21 question. Girl, right now you are the contestant. Me a go need for your confession. If a loyalty you get acceptance. Me a ask 21 question. Girl, right now you are the contestant. Me a go need for your confession. If a loyalty you get acceptance. If the police them a search for me, would you sell me or would you work for me? Would you tell them where to find me and make the situation worse for me? Girl, if me need loyalty, put a count on your loyalty. Would you bring bail money for me? Girl, or would you just bail on me? Me a ask 21 question. Girl, right now you are the contestant. Me a go need for your confession. If a loyalty you get acceptance. Me a ask 21 question. Right now, girl, you are the contestant. Me a go need for your confession. If a loyalty you get acceptance. If me nah work and me nah no money, Biggie a girl, would you be there for me? If a man with a new GLE start with your girl, would you choose they or me? If you start breed and your family, them start pressure you, Steffi dash way the tummy. Would you murder the little baby? Or you will bring it to bear for me? Me a ask 21 question. Girl, right now you are the contestant. Me a go need for your confession. If a loyalty you get acceptance. Me a ask 21 question. Girl, right now you are the contestant. Me a go need for your confession. If a loyalty you get acceptance.
Yeah, real life only. Gotcha. Me learn fi never trust me enemy. Me rather go a jail than let a pussy wall violate and bury me. AR with the scope on it, bust it out loud with clarity. Calamity in a self-defense. The truth are me remedy. Tired of walking in the dark. Yeah, what done show me the light. Put a smile for my face, coming up my future bright. Yeah, transgressions, fuck oppression. Break the cycle of hate, one West the solution. Animal kingdom, them what we act vile. Criminal status, Glock on my belly from me wake up. Me demand them a tell me just go and do it. Me no want do it. Fish out party boy that a the least. Walking in the dark, Father please show me the light. Put a smile on my face, me know the future bright. Yeah, fuck temptation and transgressions. Break the cycle of hate, one West the solution. Yeah, big up Commanding General YAHANNA, all the generals, captains, officers, troopers. Never trust your enemy. Me rather go a jail than let a pussy wall violate and bury me. Map stick with the scope on it, bust that steadily. In a self-defense, the truth are me remedy. Me no Christian, so me ready for it. Say the white man is the devil, no apology. Tired of walking in the dark. Yeah, what done show me the light. Put a smile for my face, coming up my future bright. Yeah, transgressions, fuck oppression. Break the cycle of hate, one West the solution.
Shalom Israel, yo soy el oficial Kamar Pañachacar y somos la I.S.U.P.K, la Escuela Israelita de Conocimiento Práctico Universal bajo el comandante general YAHANNA, con un anuncio importante especialmente para todos mis latinos, mis caribeños y todos mis centroamericanos, correcto. Nosotros en los finales de septiembre vamos a estar en la República Dominicana, la tierra sagrada, correcto, y vamos a empezar en lo que viene siendo en La Romana, y después vamos a estar en Santo Domingo, después en Santiago y después en Dayabón, correcto, en la frontera. Y lo que vamos a hacer va a ser un recaudador de comida, vamos a estar regalando ropa, niños, niñas, hombres, mujeres, pasando folletos, interactuando con la comunidad. Va a ser algo muy fuerte, el Señor se va a mover y vamos a dejar saber a la tribu de Simeón, que viene siendo los dominicanos, son la gente escogida de Dios, correcto. Va a pasar grandes cosas ahí. Si tienen una pregunta, mándanos un mensaje, y si gusta soportar la causa, vamos a dejar el cash app, y con eso, shalom.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. It's Captain Apash. It's I.S.U.P.K under Commander General YAHANNA. The I.S.U.P.K will be in Dominican Republic and on the border out in Haiti. You understand? La Romana, Santiago, Santo Domingo, Dajabon, stand up. The tribe of Simeon and the tribe of Levi. Levi is the Haitian people, Haitians. You know what I mean? Those are actually the tribe of Levi, and the Simeons, the Dominicans, are the tribe of Simeon. You understand? We will be out there in September, breaking ground, teaching the truth, waking up the tribes, because that's what this is about, waking up all 12 tribes of Israel. You understand? Mexicans, Jamaicans, Haitians, Trinidadians, South America, Central America, all the 12 tribes. Look us up, isupk.com. If you want to support, send some money to I.S.U.P.K Worldwide. That's money sign, I.S.U.P.K Worldwide is the Cash App. Send some funds. We're going to be helping the people with everything we can. Shalom.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isupk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
Everyone west. Everyone west. Everyone west.
Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushua Barakatam, to all the brothers, Yahweh Shemar Latam, Bahashem, Yahushua, to all the sisters. You understand? This is another episode of One West Ground Zero Radio with up to 1000 Adiyar, Ban Lawyer, I'm Safar Barakia, Ban Yamyan, your host, doing the most, your favorite priest from the East. You understand? We're about to rock it out. We have a few good topics for y'all. What's going on with you, Adawan?
Hey, Shalom, priest, Messiah, Christ. Yahweh Bashem, Yahushua Barakatah. What's going on? Everything to what over here? What's going on your side?
Woke up this morning and the first thing I said is the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of.
Damn right.
Started my day so great after that. What a day! What a day in hell. You understand? Ain't nothing better to start your day in hell than to say that your oppressor is the goddamn devil.
Right.
We got a few good topics, and one thing is, I think a lot of our people have an issue saying that because they are the slaves that Harriet Tubman could not have freed back then, because they didn't even know they were slaves. They can't even acknowledge they're slaves. They can't even acknowledge that they're oppressed, and that's the problem with our people. You know, being blinded by the lies of our oppressors, such as we're all equal, and before I start ranting too much, this is the point. How can we be all equal if we know as a people that we have to work harder than white people? We have to work hard just to be accepted. Just the fact that we have to be accepted, let us know that we're not on an equal footing. We're not equal. Our people still fathom the fact that, yeah, we're equal. We're all human. We all bleed red. Well, birds bleed red, but I ain't no fucking but I ain't no chicken head. Let's get into these topics. It's a crazy world out here. It's only getting crazier. So lucky I don't want.
Okay.
See the first one. Let me share my screen. Anyone who wants to chime in, like, share, subscribe, comment, let us know. Put the link in the chat. There's the first one. When Aztec becomes the default label for indigenous Mexicans, what stories are erased? this, I don't know, I'll let you chime in on that, other one.
No, go ahead. You got it.
Everything is erased. That's the crazy part. Mexicans are the tribe of Issachar. That's what gets erased. Mexicans are the real Jews. Mexicans are Israelites. That's what's been erased. And the fact that Aztec is the default label for indigenous Mexican is crazy, because why not a Nahuatl? Why not, once again, the people over there? There's like 10,000 different quote unquote tribes for indigenous Mexicans. But everybody goes to where we were Aztecs. We were Aztecs. Why is it the default is being Aztecs? I'm curious. You know why? Because the white man's the devil the Bible speaks of. That's why. Salakia.
Right. And then, like you said, you know what I'm saying, everything is being erased, you know what I'm saying, like our identity, which is, you know what I'm saying, like our pride, which is something that's God given, you know what I'm saying, is being erased. And still today, like Trump trying to erase history in America, in the US. You understand? So this is why, you know what I'm saying, giving you back your identity, telling you, you understand, like telling you, you understand, that you're the real Jews. Then, you know what I'm saying, showing you, you understand, through archaeology that, you know what I'm saying, they know that the Jews are black. They know that you are the people of the book. It's something, you know what I'm saying, amazing, you know what I'm saying, as a people, as a birth of a nation, you know what I'm saying, as a rise of a people, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is why they don't want you to be in our school. They don't want Commanding General YAHANNA to be in Canada. Why? Because we're gonna actually wake up, you know what I'm saying, like our brothers. And not only that, we're gonna ask the government, how come, you understand, you've been hiding this history for so long? You understand? And Canada doesn't want the world to see them in this light. You know what I'm saying? They want to raise everything, you understand, like these Mexican were savages and whatnot, and Native Indians are savages. Meanwhile, you understand, they're the one, you know what I'm saying, committing genocide on everybody. So like,
no, that's a fact, you know. And the crazy part is Mexicans being, you know, Aztec by default, Central Americans being Mayans, and South Americans being Incas only is the curriculum that's being pushed. But who's controlling that curriculum? There's so many questions you need to be asked, right? My mom, she's an anthropologist, but the program she's teaching, that she was taught to teach, it's all propaganda. World started in Africa, civilization here and there. Listen, the cradle of civilization being Africa came from Charles Darwin, a racist white man. He's the one who pushed the evolution theory, right? Basically, he said we all descend from apes, because Africa is the landmass with the most species of apes. This is where the cradle of civilization must have been. You know how dumb that sounds? That doesn't even make sense. The fact that, first of all, you descend from an animal. That's number one. Like the whole, you know, rhetoric about it is crazy. From a racist white man, and that's what's being pushed. Come to find out that a lot of what we're being taught is propaganda pushed by racist white people. You know, whether it's the feminism movement, whether it's my body, my choice, the eugenics movement. Yeah, in Canada, don't even teach about slavery in Canada. Figure out why. You know. Salakia, anything you want to add to that?
I just want to add also, like I said, like when they say like these brothers, you know what I'm saying, like they were savages, that's because they don't know history, you know what I'm saying? Like you see like the pyramid down there, you see the monuments, you know what I'm saying, like they have down there, you know what I'm saying? That is science, you know what I'm saying? It takes a whole lot of skill to do these things, and they still survive today. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a report I was reading back in the days where they say like some type of pilot, Edomite pilot, was going around over the jungle down there, and they seen like a whole city. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A whole city of ruins, you know what I'm saying? Like miles from miles to miles, you know what I'm saying? So these people weren't savages, like, you know what I'm saying, they're trying to let you know in school, running around butt naked, you know what I'm saying, eating each other. That's not true, man. This was a highly civilized, you know what I'm saying, like civilization.
And before we move on, you know what's crazy is that a lot of people base it off of the movie Apocalypto.
Uh-huh.
From who made that movie again? I think not Steven Spielberg. Who's the other white dude again?
Yeah, what's the devil name?
Yeah, let me see.
Uh,
That was, I can't lie, that was a crazy movie.
and that the same the same dude that played Jesus Christ, White Jesus.
I forgot. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah, I believe it. It might be that same devil.
It's not Steven Spielberg. Mel Gibson.
Yeah, come.
That's it. Mel Gibson. Listen, Mel Gibson don't know nothing about Apocalypse. Don't know nothing about Mesoamerica. It was his fictitious imagination. That's it. And people actually believe, yeah, you know what? That's how ancient Mexicans used to live. That's how Salvadorians used to be. That's how Incas were. Just sacrificing people and eating open hearts and things like that, being savages, half naked.
Yeah.
Listen, that is a fictitious movie. It's like the movie Roots. Roots never happened. Listen, you need to stop. You need to stop believing what white people tell you. How white people portray you. They say, yeah, the native used to scalp people and yada yada yada. Listen, don't you know white people used to scalp the natives? They're not teaching that. You understand? When you look into the root of the origins of all the stories that they push, the narratives they push, you're gonna find it's all propaganda, it's all lies. That's what you're gonna find out. So when we tell you that the white man is the devil, it's not because we're racist. It has nothing to do with racism. We're trying to help you. We're trying to help you white people be honest. You understand? Devil meaning deceiver. He is the liar. That's what it means. America being this a safe nation. America is not a safe place. Where's the proof? The president got shot in the ear. The potential president, the Jesus Christ of Americans, of white people, the modern day Caesar Borgia, just got down like a deer, got shot in the neck. Y'all need to just let go of the lies. It'll be better for y'all. You understand? Salak, y'all.
Yeah, and also like as you could see, like that's the same devil that played the Passion of Christ. You understand? Like, so what? How is the oppressor not the devil when you understand? Like he's gonna play, you understand, like Jesus Christ when the Bible says Jesus Christ is a black man. You understand? So you understand. This is why you understand. Just like we said, also Barkella just stated. You understand? Like he's the devil, not you understand, because he deceived the entire world. The entire world thinks that Jesus is a white man. He's a Borgia. You understand? They think you understand that the Jewish man is a Jew. Meanwhile, when you open the book, it describes the color of the Jews being black. When you go to archaeology, when you go into Egypt, you understand, and you see the Semitic slaves, you see the Hebrews, you understand, you seeing like black people, you understand, on the walls, in the archaeology, you understand. So he's not the devil because you understand his skin is red, he has horns and whatnot. You understand? It's because he deceived the whole world into thinking the fallacy. Right. You understand?
Damn right. Like we can move on to the next one.
For Black Americans, I'm talking about the real Black Americans, not the ones that came somewhere else. Real ones that are eating mac and cheese, collard greens, the ones that were born in American hospitals, the ones with the accent, the ones that eat banana pudding, banana cobbler, not the ones eating fufu. I'm talking about real Black Americans.
Salak Yadawan. That was not right here. The rest is just some nonsense. This man, first of all, he's not like a sodomite. But that's besides the point. The point is, Africans know we're different people.
God.
This man said, I'm talking to Black Americans, and it's like he had to specify for people who are ignorant, saying, yo, listen, I'm talking about the people who eat banana pudding, the collard greens, the mac and cheese, not the ones who eat fufu. You know? He said, I'm speaking to Black Americans, not African Americans. You see that? He didn't even say African Americans. He said Black Americans. Listen, we're not the same people. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. Imagine you need Africans to let you know that, yes, they know the difference for you to understand that we're not the same, and you still don't understand we're not the same. This needs to be sent to Dr. Umar Salaki Adawan, who's not even a doctor. Salaki.
And you almost said, like, you know what I'm saying, the one that came in on slave ship, not the one that came
in.
You understand? That's really what he wanted to say. You understand? So
you really wanted to say, the ones that came by cargo, the merchandise, not the immigrants. That's what he wanted to lie. That's what he wanted to say.
And I talked to a couple of Hamites at my slavery. Do you know, like, you know what I'm saying, like the stereotype that America pushes, the movies is like, you know what I'm saying, we're all gangsters, you know what I'm saying, like, and whatnot. We all have guns and shooting one another. We all do drugs. You know what I'm saying? That's how they look at African Black Americans in the States. You know what I'm saying? The so-called Black Americans who are the tribe of Judah. That's how they look at them.
Right. Listen, you think propaganda is just pushed to white people? Propaganda is pushed to every single heathen nations. Every one of them. That they view, you know, why do you think the character they want to adopt is, I want to become a rapper? They think being a Black American in Africa is being 50 Cent. That's what they think. They want to be 50 Cent. And when they see like Benjamites, they say they want to be Vibes Cartel. They want to be a bondman. That's it. You know, propaganda is pushed hard to destroy your people. Salakia.
So Salakia, you know what I'm saying? I just seen a video earlier where you had Hamites, you know what I'm saying like how Jamaican talk, you know what I'm saying, like sound like some cave people, man. You know what I'm saying? So
nice.
Imagine, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, imagine when we look at you and how you talk, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot, and what you do. And also this should be a message to every white people, you know what I'm saying, or every Caucasian, you know what I'm saying, watching these classes, this podcast. It's not only about you. We speak against African too, because African actually knows who we are. Actually, African sold, you know what I'm saying, the misconception that Africans sold their own people is a lie. As you could see, he knows the difference between real African and, you know what I'm saying, the Black Americans, you understand? So we speak against African because they sold the Jews into the white man, you understand? And they know that we are the Jews, yet they stay silent about it. You understand? It's a lie.
No, that's the fact. They know. I mean, they sold us. Just the same way white people have their receipts, they have their receipts too. It's merchandise they sold. White people have the receipts for the merchandise they bought. You understand? Like, stop believing the narrative about, okay, let me remove this sodomite looking Hamite. Some people believe the narrative that Africans are fighting each other, and then white people came and gave them guns and weapons. In Africa, it's not like Africa never had weapons. They had weapons already. They just didn't have guns. They have the what do you call it again? The gunpowder. That's it. Stop making it seem like, we just gave them AKs and they started fighting each other and whatever. No, listen, they rounded us up like cattle and they sold us. That's why it's called chattel slavery.
Right.
That's it. And it is crazy how we have to let you know that all skin folk is not kinfolk. There's no argument saying that we're not East Indians. We're not the same as East Indians. Some East Indians are darker than Africans.
Come on. We seen one yesterday.
Yeah, good night. Yeah, we saw a lot of them yesterday. Good night. You understand? Like, where's the argument? Like, if you're African because you have the similar skin tone, you might as well be East Indian. If you're East Indian, you might as well not even take a shower, but you need to. So, like it. The point is, Africans know who they are. They know who we are. That's it. It's a lot, other one.
That was it on my part, priest.
Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. You understand? And go subscribe to One West Ground Zero, the YouTube channel, which is where we'll be streaming in the coming weeks. We're just getting the channel ready. Just make sure you like, share, subscribe to One West Ground Zero, the YouTube channel. This is where we'll be posting our content, everything, the behind the scenes. You understand? Us patrolling the city, taking over the city under Commandant General YAHANNA in the name of Christ. You understand? Right. Like
Yeah, you're right for coming out with SHALAM.
Yeah, if you think America is the only racist place on earth, you're sadly mistaken. What you saw in the UK, I said, listen, good night. You know what happened? The clip we played last week of the riots in the UK was taken down.
Damn.
Listen, it's a race war brewing right now. America, Canada, everywhere there's white people, they're getting ready to make their country white again. Listen, you think it's about black fatigue. You miss silent. Listen, it's even worse than that. Like the scripture says, you know, Esau is the end of the world. Listen, that's like, let me pull out this precept because you need to understand this. Let me just go to 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 8. You understand, y'all in it for a rude awakening. You better wake up and come to class because it's a dangerous place out here. All you sisters are going to need a man. That too. Because you're going to need protection for you, for the kids. You ain't going to even have time to argue about, oh, well, he has multiple wives. Who cares? At least all of them are protected.
All right.
Listen, white people are openly marching, you know, chanting racist rhetoric. They're tired of all the immigrants. But guess who they're most tired of besides all these immigrants, whether they're Muslims or Chinese or East Indians, who cares? They're tired of you first. Tired of you. So like, let me put 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. Because when Jacob and Esau were born, Esau came out first and Jacob held his heel. You understand? Verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. Listen, the white man's society is collapsing at an alarming rate. That's why in Revelation it says, you know, he knows he has but a short time. He knows. They all know. Collapsing at an alarming rate. There's nothing that they could do about it. Verse 10 says, the hand of man is betwixt the heel and the hand. The question Ezra asked thou now. You know what I mean? That means that the action of people, everything that everybody does correlates to the relation between Jacob and Esau, between us and them. That's it. Just like in Proverbs 29:2, it says, when the righteous on authority, the people rejoice, and the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. The only thing that matters is what's going on between so-called black Latinos and natives versus Caucasian people. You wouldn't have any impending race war or civil unrest if we were in power. Good night. White people are tired of white people, and they blame it on us.
Okay.
The moment Charlie Kirk got shot in the neck, they said, what did they say? They said, white people fight back.
Fight back.
Imagine that. They didn't say the right wing fight back, the left wing fight back, the Democrats, the Southerners, the New Yorkers fight back. They said what? They called for a whole race to fight back. It was a whistle to the whole white race all across the globe. They said, fight back. Good night. Salak.
You understand? Like, and you seeing also like that same type of movement or spirit over here in Canada. You understand? Like you understand, the other day, I believe Ottawa, you had, you understand, white men marching for Charlie Kirk and whatnot. You understand? And recruiting, you understand, other white men. So you understand, like you just say, priest, you understand, they're about to, you understand, wake up in a sad reality once they realize, okay, you understand, you spent your lifetime, your whole life, you understand, thinking you could get high, you could, you understand, like do every type of sin, and after that, you understand, like not getting ready for these times, man. You understand? And it's an amazing thing that we're seeing. I understand, like, you understand, your Christian church and you that are Christian, you're saying, oh, how come the world is going to shit? So like, you understand, it's an evil time, but to us, it is a beautiful thing because we're actually seeing the prophecies that are written in the Bible coming to life. You understand? We're living those biblical time. You understand, that our forefather, you understand, like prophesies about. You know what I'm saying? The same prophecy that Jewish people don't believe in. You know what I'm saying? So like, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
nice.
But
Imagine. It's like that was funny as hell. The Jewish man said he don't believe in prophecies. Well, why are you over there bombarding Palestinians? The only reason you're doing that is because of a false claim to a prophecy. Now you say you don't believe in prophecies. It's crazy.
Yeah. Understand. You understand? And I had another one say that to me yesterday. I said, nuthead, you know, saying Jewish Amalekite, saying he doesn't believe in prophecies. You understand? Like with the prophet live in the past. You know, saying they didn't speak about our time today. You know, saying meanwhile, you know, saying they're over there using the prophecies to claim that they belong over there. You understand? But it's an amazing thing seeing the, you know, saying the fall of America, man, the fall of Canada. You know, saying, and even if you see like Canada is not falling like it, you seen it in the U.S. It is falling. The economy is going to the, you know what I'm saying, the gutter. You know what I'm saying? Like they're making a bunch of laws, you know what I'm saying, that are trying to, you know what I'm saying, stop your free speech, you know what I'm saying, pretty soon. You know what I'm saying? Then pretty soon there you might not be able to, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, to be in the street and speak about the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen they're trying to make laws now because of the Muslim, you know what I'm saying, they're trying to make laws about Christians, you know what I'm saying, using the Bible and preaching it in the street of Montreal. You understand? So it's an amazing thing. You understand? You're gonna have to be tough and built for what's coming. You understand? You're gonna have to, you understand, have some cojones, you understand, for what's coming. It's a lot.
Damn right. Nah, that's right. Because imagine having to, you can't even say, good night. Listen, you can't even have an opinion. What we're seeing right now is the Fourth Reich. That's what we're seeing right now. Is the rise of the Fourth Reich. Listen, and to all you so-called white people watching our channel, because we know you're watching our channel, which is fine. Watch, like, share, subscribe, boost the algorithm. We appreciate it. But know this: you cannot stop the truth. And by you acting the way you're acting, you're just fulfilling prophecies. Most High in Christ. And this is inevitable. I mean, listen, what are you going to do? Are you going to start campaigning for immigration that you're tired of? Are you going to start campaigning for integration that you're tired of? You understand? Like what you're seeing right now is just understanding. When Officer Adele said it's a beautiful thing we're seeing, it's not. It's a beautiful thing to see people fighting against each other. It's not. It's a beautiful thing to see, you know, casualties and incidents, but it is a beautiful thing to see prophecies being fulfilled. Right. Y'all call us crazy because we believe in the Bible. Y'all say it's a fairy tale. Well, everything in that fairy tale book is coming to pass. It's happening right before your eyes. That's what's a beautiful thing. Imagine you. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a perfect example, right? Imagine y'all were told Santa Claus existed. Y'all never had proof Santa Claus existed. The moment you see some fat white dude coming down the chimney and giving you gifts and drinking some milk and eating cookies, y'all are happy because damn, you witnessed the real Santa Claus. Imagine being told the fairy tooth exists. You know, you never know whether she exists or not, but then you wake up in the middle of the night, some little gremlin with wings steals your tooth from under your pillow and leaves you some money. I don't even know how to listen. The fairy tooth is balling. That's all I know, because how are you giving all these kids money? So like you were rich. You're like, pay my rent. So yeah. The point is, everybody has a specific belief, right? And it's like, it's amazing to see that you're not crazy. You're believing in something that is true. Well, guess what? The only thing that is true is the Bible. Because I want to see where in the Quran it has been prophesied that the empire, the Caucasian empire, will be falling apart. Where is that in the Quran? Where is that in the Sanskrit of the Hindus? Where is that in the Buddhist text? Where is that? Where is that in the Christian belief? You understand that this empire is falling apart. I can show where in the Bible, in that book that you call a fairy tale, which happens to be the only truth. You understand? Hey, Shalom, Madawan, Yabashim Sharakata, Officer Madabar in the building.
Hey, Shalom, Madawan, Yabashim Shapta.
Like, I forgot to put the StreamYard link in the chat. Anyone who wants to chime in, jump on, you understand, on the show. Salakia. Y'all could the link in the chat. But this is the point. The point is, everything that has been prophesied in the Bible is coming to pass. So you could argue with us all the time that we're believing in the fairy tale, but everything is happening. It says Christ is black. It said when the righteous and authority of the people rejoice. Listen, you want black people in power because black people is the only people who have compassion. It says Esau is the most sexual deviant. We're seeing white people being deviant like nobody could believe. Salakia, one.
Salakia, you know what I'm saying? Like, not only, you know what I'm saying, they're saying, like you say, you know what I'm saying, like, they don't have the prophecy of what's going on. They can't even understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, whichever, you know what I'm saying, like, outside of the Bible, you know what I'm saying, if you want to follow Kemet, you don't understand what's going on right now. You don't understand, like, you know what I'm saying, like, this empire is falling and why is it falling? You know what I'm saying? You want to be a voodoo priest or whatnot, you don't understand what's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Whichever religion you want to follow or whatnot, if we ask you what's going on, like, you know what I'm saying, explain me those times today, you have no explanation. You understand? Meanwhile, the Bible tells you exactly, you know what I'm saying, like, this is happening because the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you know what I'm saying, the 12 tribes of Israel are in captivity and they need to be saved. You understand? So, like,
I'm damn right. Salakia. Come on to this one. Listen, I heard something. I think China is the growing, like the China is ground zero for not ground zero, but it has the most Muslim converts apparently. But this is what they do in the mosque in China. And it says they have kept Pakistanis as wares. Listen, this is the crazy part. I want to understand something to all my Muslim friends. You understand? I want to understand this. Why are y'all boasting that China has the most Muslim converts when they party with pork and alcohol inside a mosque in China? I'm confused. So some bar say Shalom, hey Shalom, Lord in Christ. Or Yahweh Shemala Tabash Miyawashai. I don't know if it's a brother or a sister. Right? But I'm trying to understand this. How you're boasting about China having devout Muslims when this is how they party in the mosque in China. I want to understand.
all right. It's a like it. They were marching, you know what I'm saying? They marched for at least a year, you know what I'm saying? Like almost 2 years now. They've been marching for Palestine. So now are they going to march against China? You know what I'm saying? Against the Chinese? You understand? Or are they actually going to fight the Chinese? Like, you know what I'm saying? This is something that should make all Muslims want to fight, you know what I'm saying, against Chinese. You know what I'm saying? This is like equivalent to the Greeks, you understand, coming with pork in our temple. You understand?
Imagine that.
This is the same thing. So you understand? Are they going to fight against China now? You understand? And you're about to see more and more of this. And this is why it's so beautiful for us, because we're seeing exactly the play, you know what I'm saying, the West Side play right now. We're seeing exactly, you know what I'm saying, these nations are gathering together, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, like having a sense of nationalism for their own people and their nation. And what's that going to do? They're going to start attacking one another. You know what I'm saying? They're going to start doing things like this, push the Arabs, you know what I'm saying, like the Arabs, you know what I'm saying, push them to fight. You know what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful thing. And I want to know, you know what I'm saying, what are the thoughts of the Arabs? What are they going to do, you know what I'm saying, to be like, we don't want this to happen again? It's like
Okay. And we have also Madabar. We can't see him, but we could hear him. Yabasha Shrakatha, sir. What say ye, other one? The Chinese Muslims are partying with pork and alcohol in the mosque. Good night.
Hey, I mean, that's about right for them. They don't have our laws anyway, so that's right for them. You know, when you follow false religion, you another nation of people. That's what they do.
Okay. Good night. And I want to add to what Officer Adiyar just said, right? About every nation is going to go join their own. Listen, I just came across this, I think yesterday. One says Toronto Imam, right, says Muslims should hire only Muslims and do business only with Muslims.
That's
We have
wild.
someone. We do have someone who came who clicked on the StreamYard link. I don't know if it's a brother or I think it's a brother. Before we add you on the stage, just know to have decorum. If we're gonna request you, if you're on camera, to have a shirt on. Have some decency, right? So we're gonna add you on the stage. I don't know why I'm gonna have to fix the StreamYard settings because we can't see him, but we can hear him. Shalom, Eliyah. Do you have anything you want to add, or do you have any questions?
Shalom, yeah, shalom, my brothers, and peace. And I just want to give big ups to our Creator. A lot of people are waking up and they're seeing that our redemption draweth nigh, and I just want to get to the bottom of the truth, and I love my people.
Most High in Christ. Well, you're in the right place because the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge is the home of the truth.
I'm right.
So what is the truth, my brother?
That's so-called the people known today as so-called Salaka to the men above me. If I could.
Yeah, go ahead. You got it, priest.
The truth is that the white man is the devil. That's number one. So the people known today as so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the real biblical Jews of antiquity. That's the truth. The Bible is not a white man's book. That's the truth. So on and so forth.
So can I give you what my definition of the truth? That I think that will help the people, because
you want to give your definition.
I'm sorry, sir.
No, so you say you want to give your definition of the truth? Is that what you said?
Yeah, we're having a conversation back and forth. I appreciate, you tell me, what you understand the truth is. I think the truth is the law, right? The commandments. That's what the truth is. That's what the word says, right? And also, this is the reason why so many people are deceived today, because they do not follow thus saith the Creator Yah in the law, in the prophets written word for word. They go off. And so when I look at the children of Israel, right, the founder, I don't know if you're familiar with Chief High Priest Ariah. He's the one that came up with the chart, and he said that the children of Israel were so-called black people. And he did a whole presentation showing the archaeology from the Egypt, showing that when we were in Egypt, we were known as a black, as what would be considered a so-called black people. And so the curses in Deuteronomy 28 talk about how us black people, being the chosen people, that we would go on slave ships and be scattered to the four corners of the earth via slave ships, and that we would serve the gods of wood and stone. And that's what happened to us in the two captivities, both the Arab slave trade, which is the northern kingdom, and the southern kingdom in the transatlantic slave trade. And we, as black people, are scattered to the four corners of the earth in two religions mainly. The gods of wood would be Christianity, and stone would be the Kaaba stone or Islam. And that's how we do that. So and this is why I encourage you young brothers to really dig in and do some real research on, don't take things for granted. Like, you're part of the I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. What did Chief Priest Ariah mean when he said universal practical knowledge? What does universal mean in universal practical knowledge? Let's start there.
So real quick, brother, because you made a lot of points. Now you're asking a question that had nothing to do well, not really correlates with the points you just made. I just want to understand something. Your stance is that Israelites are only Negroes, not Latinos and natives. Is that what you're saying? Before I get to the question, I just want to understand the point you just made.
Well, yeah, like so-called black people are the people that were taken in both the Arab slave trade and put under Islam. Like Deuteronomy 28 says that we would suffer the curses by going under Islam, and then in the transatlantic slave trade, we were put under Christianity and scattered. Okay. We were scattered. Yeah, let me say this real quick. I'll land my plane. We were scattered to the four corners of the earth, and we were to remain there until the latter days, and we're going to be delivered, right? So my question would be, what other people that were scattered on slave ships? And yeah,
second question right now.
I answered it. Yeah, I answered the question. Yes, sir.
So real quick, right? Before I address the point of Israelites being Negroes only, which is the point you're making, right? What is the universal and practical knowledge? I'm gonna give you the universal knowledge.
No. I said, what did Arya mean by universal? That's the question. What did Arya mean?
So we know everything about everything. We know that there was slavery in Canada, which is not universal knowledge. Not everybody knows what slavery in Canada. We know that the transatlantic slave trade started with 1,100 Taino Indians, not even Negroes in the first place. We know that. That's not universal knowledge. People think the transatlantic slave trade only enslaved so-called quote-unquote Negroes. We know that universal and practical knowledge is that you are the seed of your father, regardless of the features you may inherit from your mother's side. It is not universal and practical knowledge commonly known to society. You understand? We have Officer 1000 Malakma in the building as well, which is a so-called Mexican, not a so-called Afro-Mexican, but an indigenous Mexican. Would be of the tribe of Issachar. You understand? This is the universal and practical knowledge. Shalom. So Yabash and Shabrak.
Okay. Yeah, Chief High Priest. No problem.
But one second, brother.
Chief High Priest.
One second, brother.
I don't know if you're familiar with the 7 heads. Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with this. Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar.
But I don't want to mute you. Just 1 second. Let me just finish. Before I finish the point, his point out of one is that Israelites are so-called Negroes only. That's the first point he made.
Okay,
right?
So go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your point.
No, I was just gonna say, because I just answered his question, I was gonna make the point now. Again, when it comes to Deuteronomy 20-68 specifically, right, which is the transatlantic slave trade being prophesied in the Bible, again, it started with so-called indigenous people, right? Not quote unquote what you say black people or Negroes. That's who it started with. And then for you to say that, well, we worship wood and stones, and because we went under the slave captivity under the Arabs, today you have a lot of Latinos who converted into Islam as well. So they still worship the stone. They still worship the wood. No diddy, salaki. You understand? Throughout the Americas and the Caribbean islands, our people are scattered everywhere. Blacks and Latinos and natives. You still have some of us that were brought to Europe as slaves that never made it back to the Americas, whether it's the natives or the quote-unquote Latinos. Go to Portugal right now, there is a whole community of so-called Brazilians in Portugal. They're not leaving Portugal. You understand? Salakia.
No sweat. To the cat. What was his point he was making? So let me ask him. What's the point he's trying to make?
The point that I was making is that Chief High Priest Arya, the founder of the 12 Tribes Chart, and that taught you what you're saying. I'm going back to the origin. He's on video on YouTube saying that all of the children of Israel were so-called black people. So yeah, and he breaks that down. Now, I asked the brother, was he familiar with the 7 heads? Because Elder Shazak, one of the original 7 heads at One West, Universal, and I asked the brother, did he know what REI meant by Universal? And I'm still waiting for that answer.
Okay, so
Right?
what is the point
Yeah.
you're making though? Are you trying to say that they were wrong and that's why Latinos and Native Americans are not Israelites? Is that what you're trying to get at?
Well, who was wrong?
Get
He
to
was
your
right
point.
when he said, no, I'm
Get to your
saying he
point
was
though.
right. I'm getting to the point. I said he was correct when he said all of the children of Israel were so-called black people. Now, you may
Okay.
not agree with that, sir. Let me
I
just
got you.
finish.
Hold on.
Yeah, but can I finish? You interrupting the man in the midst of speech, bro. Come on, show some decorum. Now, you may not.
don't have the quorum. You don't have the quorum. You're over here already trying, So I'm gonna stop you because you already got your point out. Your point is to say that so because they were not. So are you saying that Latinos and indigenous people were never called black, and that's why they're not Israelites? I want to get to your point. That's why.
Sir, I'm not saying that. If that's what you want to say, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that the founder of the 12 Tribes Chart, Chief High Priest Ariah, the videos on YouTube, taught and said that all of the children of Israel were so-called black people. Now, you may not like that and have a problem with that. That's okay. But I'm here to build because I want to deal with the solution for all black people. Let's get to the solution, brother.
I got you. We got the solution, but here's what I'm about to tell you.
What is the solution, brother? What is the solution?
The brotherhood we teach here in the I.S.U.P.K is a solution. But the point that you're trying to say, like you're trying to say.
Yeah, what is the solution for all black people?
Hold on, right?
Don't make me mute you.
Hold on. The point I'm trying to get to the point you're trying to make. So is your issue that so-called Latinos and so-called Americans are not Israelites? Never mind what from what you heard. What is the myth that you're trying to say?
Brother, I don't have a problem with what the founder of One West said. I'm not making that an issue. I'm not arguing. If any nation, listen, brother, I'm calling for repentance worldwide, brother. It doesn't matter to me. I'm talking about solution. I want to talk about the solution, brother. I don't want to argue. It's over. America is done. Right? World War III is about to start. We don't have time for this, brother.
Hold on now. If you didn't want to argue, you would not have came on the show and try to, try to make a controversial claim about the 7 heads and what a certain brother believed. So is your issue you don't believe in the 12 tribes chart? Is that what you're trying to also get to?
You said my issue, I don't believe in the 12 tribes chart.
I'm asking you.
I don't agree with a lot of things that One West teach, brother. But I'm talking about the things. But I'm talking about. You guys won't even let me talk.
No, if you don't believe in what we teach,
me like
why
you're
are
being
you up here?
emotional? Can you control your emotions?
If you don't believe in what we teach, why is you even up here wasting our time? When we could be sharing that universal practical knowledge. Why are you up here wasting our time?
You cannot be afraid, brother. You cannot be this weak when it comes to the Bible, brother. You either stand on what you believe in. Stop crying, brother.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you this. I won't tell you again. Don't make me mute you. You understand? You better watch your mouth. If you're here to disagree, you can disagree. We don't give a damn. You understand?
So like you preach real quick. I'm gonna get something to the brother. If one of the 7 heads said that all 12 tribes are black, he's correct. They are black. But did he know that so-called Native Americans and Latinos were also classified as black? Black is not a color. And what is it? Black is not a race. It's a color, right? It's a term. So yes, all 12 tribes are black. So he was correct in saying that. Now, what I'm trying to get is, to the point, what is he trying to get at with all this?
He don't even know. He just come up here and
Well, like I said, I was actually trying to get to something else that was just mentioned. All right. I'm not trying to make an argument with it. Chief High Priest said that. right? And I agree. But Elder Zazak also said that Chief High Priest, when he started ISUPK One West, remember Chief High Priest was trained under
Let me
Elder Abba
because
Bivens.
you're all over, brother. You're all over the place. You're all over the place.
No, I'm not all over the place, sir. Listen, you have to show decorum and be wise in the listen, bro.
Salaka, you've been talking a lot,
I
man.
ain't gonna mute you all
Talking a lot.
the time.
So
you guys can't hide the truth, bro.
Let me ask you this question, all right? I got two questions for you. Did Native Indians and Latinos go to slavery by boat, by ship?
Did Native Americans and Latino go into chattel slavery and treated like black people? No.
Yes, they were.
You know what you should do? You know what you should do? You should go research that history because they did.
Right.
All right.
Oh, okay. All right. Watch this. You should research the history. Listen, no. You should
listen. You just said no. So I'll suggest for you, to go and look it up. And you said, like, well, we're supposed to worship the wood and the stone. What are they worshiping today in Latino countries?
I put him on timeout for like 30 seconds because he will not like try to keep over talking us like that. Listen, this is our show.
He come here talking about some Yah. He didn't say the Most High. He said Yah. He wanted to.
I was a weed smoker.
Yeah, that brother all over the place. Then he get emotional and then try to call us. Oh, y'all got to show decorum because he won't keep talking.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give him 60 seconds time out. Oh, so I got one.
Nah, go. Like, I never understand those arguments. You know, like is people act like, you know, there's not history there, and that, you know, of course they always want to push the narrative that the 12 tribes chart is made up, and that, you know, so-called Latinos and so-called Americans were just added there to be added there, man. There's history, man. You know, my question to anyone having issue with the chart, how if you have an issue with the 12 tribes chart and you're in Israel, you know, and you know you're an Israelite, then you have issue with, you know, then you have issue with you being an Israelite, because without the 12 tribes chart, you wouldn't know you was an Israelite.
Damn
because
right.
It's not just Native Americans and Latinos on there, black people are on there too. So for you Negro only Israelites trying to debunk the chart, you're really debunking yourselves. Right. You understand? The history's there. You know, it goes further back than the chart with Native Americans and so-called Hispanics. But of course, many people don't know that. And of course, for some odd, you know, I want to say for some odd, well, yeah, for some odd reason, you know, they try to debunk the chart, but then want to save everybody, which is something else I don't understand, Priest. It's like you have an issue with the chart, but you want to save everybody. So yeah,
Right.
Khan,
He wanted YouTube Israelites. That's why he kept talking about, I've watched the YouTube videos. He just a YouTube Israelite.
Shout out to I.S.U.P.K. UK. Yahweh Shabbat. He left. I was about to bring him back because the point he made is that the Northern King. Really, the point he made is that Africans are Israelites. That's the point he was making. That's the point, because he said part of us is he was saying the northern tribe has been taken by the Arabs or whatever the case is, worshiping Islam over there in Africa, and the Southern Kingdom in chattel slavery. He was saying Africans are Israelites. He was all over the place.
Yeah, he did. He didn't get to his point. That was my whole thing. Like, get to your point.
He kind of did when he said repentance to the world or something. So you know what that
he wants to save the Africans, and the Africans wants to save white people. That's the thing. The thing is, anyone can feel free to come up. Don't be shy to come up. But listen, focus. Don't come up here high as a kite, like the crackhead we just had a moment ago. You understand? The crackhead can come back if he has decorum. I'm gonna give him a chance to repent. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give him a chance to repent. He could feel free to come back. You understand? And for those who know, saying the TikTok days and the Bigo, listen, I'm pretty. Listen, I still have a muzzle on. Don't remove the muzzle from the wolf. It's not gonna be Tawab.
And
Salakia.
Salakia, if I may, also, like, you know what I'm saying, one thing I can't understand, like, when people say this is, like, you know what I'm saying, like, when you read through history, you know what I'm saying, you read about Christopher Columbus and all these, like, explorators, so-called explorator colonizers. They always had Hebrew speaking, you know what I'm saying, like, translators with them when they were communicating with the Latinos and the Native Indians. So where did they learn Hebrew from? Salakia.
Who were they communicating with?
Yeah.
Hey, Salaki Barakiala. I don't know if you're in that chat, but then I believe Captain Asha Parayam, or was it General Q, that shared an article that showed that Native Americans were called Negro.
Okay.
Right? The indigenous people of Brazil were called Negros de la Tierra.
Right.
So
and before you left, I was about to also like that one.
I'll say so. I mean, there's an example right there of indigenous people being called Negro. And you know what's crazy in today's culture, right? Especially in the gang culture, if you got and especially in Mexican gangs, right? If you got a brother in there that's dark brown, you know what his nickname is?
El Negrito.
Not Negrito, they'll call him Negro. There's a podcaster, right? I think it's the Full Community. Is it the Full Community?
Yeah,
the
Full
girl on there,
Community.
there's a girl that looks full on indigenous. Her nickname is Negra. So there's examples right there of that term being applied to indigenous people. There's a video out there of I believe it's an Argentinian woman, and she's berating a police officer in Mexico who looks brown indigenous, and she's calling him Negro. You know,
right?
Berating him. So I mean, you know, there's examples out there of this term being applied to indigenous people, to so-called Latinos, to Native people. So when you Negro only Israelites want to use that argument, right, to debunk the 12 tribes chart, like the Lord showing you before your eyes that y'all are incorrect. Just like the priest, you.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, I was gonna tell him, listen, what you want to do to debunk the 12 tribe chart is you could come on Cross the Line Radio every Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Not that you can't come on here, Salaki. Not that you can reach on the show. Why? Not that you can reach on the show over here as if we don't know what we're talking about. And we tell you, go and cross the line. No. Listen, Captain Katas has been asking y'all if you want to debunk the 12 tribe chart, come on the show. So go ahead and try to challenge Captain Katas. If you're gonna come on here, at the end of the day, we're gonna expose you for who you are, which is you wanna eat fufu, you wanna eat bush meat. You know, I don't give a damn. Listen, you wanna eat, what do they eat over there in Africa? Listen, you wanna what did they do in Africa? They use crocodile dung as a contraceptive. You wanna do that? Go do that.
Night.
And you want to worship a bird head and stuff like that, nobody's stopping you. Just know that when you go to Africa, you will be turned to food. You understand? That's what's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen.
I saw a video where they was hunting monkeys. Taking the skinning them and eating them.
Good name. Listen, I see the clip. Lord, listen, Lord be with y'all. That's it. You want to go to Africa? Who's stopping you from going to Africa and saving Africans? Didn't you see what happened to the purple faggots?
Right.
So damn, did you see what happened with the IUIC? They went to Africa. They were bombarded. They were throwing rocks at them because Africans know they're not Israelites. You know who else know they're not Israelites? The East Indians know they're not Israelites. The Filipinos know they're not Israelites. You understand? If people just welcome just being an Israelite with an open arm like this, just like that, and don't even argue with you, just know that, listen, Lord be with you. Go ahead. Go save the Africans. Feed the starving African child. Have your cookout with the African child. We're not. You understand? You know who's my brothers? Mexicans are my brothers. Latinos are my brothers. You understand? So-called Black Americans are my brothers. You understand? Mexicans, Brazilians are my brothers. That's who are my brothers and sisters. You want to marry an African woman? Do you know what they do to their husband? You know, they have a love potion in Africa. Do you know how it works? Hey, Lord be with you. Go save the Africans if you feel like. And I know for a fact that you smoke weed and you have dreads. What was his name? Yah. I know you smoke weed. I know you have dreads, and I know you are a sodomite. And I said it. Now, if you want,
like if I may, you know what I'm saying? And also, like, you know what I'm saying, the fact that he was asking, well, he wants the solution. You don't care about the solution. Because if you really cared about the solution, you would have been caring for Latinos and Native Indians that are suffering the same thing that you suffer. You understand? That went through exactly what your forefathers, you know what I'm saying, like as black men, you understand, went through as well. You understand? You would at least have something in mind that tells you, well, you know what? We're in the same place against, you understand, like, you know, oppressed the same way by the same oppressor. At least let's be allied. At least let's form an alliance. That's what you would have put in your mind if you had like a mentality of war or you want real change. You know what I'm saying? How can we have real change without Native Indian and Latinos when they're suffering like us? So like, yeah.
Damn right. But let's move on. We have a few more topics. You understand? Anybody who wants to jump on, listen, you can hop on the show. Just have decorum and focus. Don't come on here high as a kite and not be able to focus. Right? And I need to figure out how I could have brothers on the stage with only their pictures showing, because we could only hear them, we can't see them.
Police in Hamilton are investigating longtime officer Renato Greco, who we found is supporting a white nationalist group called Second Sons, which is training for combat in Canada. In posts on social media, he said police and military should stage a coup and reshared extremist content, like this post about white genocide from a white supremacist Second Sons member. Here's how we uncovered Constable Renato Greco's posts, which Hamilton police called disturbing. After CBC's visual investigation into white supremacist fight clubs in Hamilton, a reader sent me a tip. They found a social media user with the same name as Greco was resharing anti-immigrant content from the leader of extremist group Diagolon and its offshoot, Second Sons.
You should have concerns about what this individual is retweeting in his community, and as an employee of the Hamilton Police Service. This is deeply concerning.
We reviewed Greco's accounts on X and Facebook and found posts about the Hamilton Police. Hamilton Police confirmed he's one of theirs. Renato Greco received the Police Exemplary Service Medal from the Governor General, which is given to officers with 20 years of service. Now, I contacted Hamilton Police for comment in late July, and a few days later, they got back to me, saying they have suspended Greco with pay and commenced a comprehensive investigation. But that's not all. Last year, the Hamilton Anti-Racism Resource Center actually alerted police to this car near the police station with a Diagolon sticker. After running those plates, we find it belongs to Renato Greco. And now the Hamilton Anti-Racism Resource Center is calling for an independent investigation.
Well, again, Canada is as racist as the US. White people are preparing for something that is what you think is beyond belief. But y'all see what happened in the UK. Over 100,000 white people marched down London Street and just to make the United Kingdom white again. Charlie Kirk got shot in the neck. They say white people fight back. Imagine that. You understand? You cannot make this up. And when you find out that Klan members are in the police force, the Klan was also in Canada. The Klan was also in France. The skinheads were in the UK, in France, and Spain, and are on the police force today. And to that brother who was talking about, yeah, we should watch out for what he's doing in his community. Listen, if you think East Indians is the problem in the white mind, you're sadly mistaken. Salakia.
Salakia, if I could, please. Can you hear me?
Go on.
If I could, right, and this right here is proof as to why yeah, America, or what? Well, I know, like this oppressor. So like, I gotta watch my language, right? Because they're catching on. But this is the reason why this oppressor should be racially profiling themselves. I don't know if y'all familiar with the news, right? What happened yesterday in New Hampshire? But you're seeing this atmosphere of tension and violence going on in America, going on. I'm pretty sure in Canada. This oppressor is arming up and taking up arms, and you're seeing these incidents happen almost every day. So who really should be profiling? Y'all over here in full tactical gear, going after the Latinos, doing stop and frisk on Black people, and going and stopping Native Americans from protecting their sacred grounds when they have done nothing to you. They're not the ones plotting. They're not the ones plotting against the government online. FBI, you should go and investigate these people, these white supremacists, the 4chan and all that. Y'all should be racially profiling them. Doing so, you could have prevented, the incident that happened yesterday in New Hampshire. You could have prevented, Charlie Kirk's unaliving. Y'all would just pay attention and racially profile yourselves instead of just racially profiling so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Go ahead, Salaki.
And Salaki, if I may, didn't I hear him say something about what do you say, white genocide?
Right, I saw that, sir. Good night.
Like, y'all the ones unaliving y'all goddamn selves. Y'all going against yourselves, unaliving yourselves, and you hollering about white genocide. That's a problem within y'all own goddamn nation. Like, if you look at it, Negroes ain't running around unaliving white people like that. Negroes fall to their knees when the police pull up. Raise their hands, fall to their knees. So ain't no white genocide coming from us. It's from y'all own goddamn people. Y'all the ones who do all this bombing, assassinations. Y'all do that to y'all goddamn self. So they need to just cut the bullshit and stop crying about, it's white genocide. Y'all the ones go against yourselves. Way since the Romans and Greeks. Y'all been unaliving y'all goddamn selves. You got it.
So like the Officer Matabar, if I could add, they should stop exhibiting that. What is it? They should stop practicing that victim mindset.
Salagi, yeah. Y'all need to stop playing the victims. That's what it is.
Victim card, right? So put down the victim card, right? Isn't that what you tell us? Right? When we talk about the genocide being done to us, what do you tell us? Oh, it's in the past. Oh, we're playing the victim role. Oh, we need to get over it. Well, why don't y'all get over yourselves? Why don't y'all stop playing the victim? And maybe then things will get better for you. Maybe y'all can pick yourselves up by your own bootstraps, right? That's what you tell us every time we talk about it. It's a lot.
Right. Wasn't it the French against the English? That's their own goddamn people. They always go to war with each other. Shit.
All I gotta say is this: for you brothers and sisters out here, y'all better stop getting high. Y'all better come to class. That's what y'all need to do. Stop getting high, come to class. Because listen, white people are preparing for something that you think is beyond belief, but it's really just biblical. It is bound to happen. It is happening right now. It's saying, come to the gym, come practice fighting, under the guise of, just getting healthy. Just getting healthy for white people is making America white again. It's making Canada white again. It's making France, the UK white again. That's what's healthy for these people. You understand? So y'all better get in class, because just like the brother who was confused in the video, we're not confused. You know why we're not confused? Because we know what the scripture says. We know what our manual says. Your manual, well, you're loud about your manual. The manual says, do not trust in your enemy. Let me get that precept real quick. It says, Ecclesiasticus 12:10, never trust thine enemy. Like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Over time, the white man showed you his true nature. I don't know why you believe that the people who fed you to gators, you will be able to integrate with them and leave peacefully. They fed you to alligators. They buried you to the neck, poured honey on you, and let the ants and the wasps eat you alive. And you think Well, let's walk hand in hand with them. They drop your whole body in the hot cauldron of like, I don't know how to say it, boiling water, whatever the case is. You understand? And you believe you can live amongst these people? That's bad. That's how bad they did you during slavery. The thing that, you know what, there is a chance for you to live amongst them. They don't want to live amongst you. They keep telling you that every day. You understand? Salakia.
So like I just want to add this, you know what I'm saying, for the what you just said is powerful, you know what I'm saying, but to the brothers that's not in the school right now in Canada, you know what I'm saying, these are police officers, you know what I'm saying, military men that are trained to unalive, you know what I'm saying, in the ways that you don't understand. Meanwhile, you out there, you understand, all you want to do is smoke weed, you understand, like have sex with prostitute hoes, you understand, like, you know what I'm saying, like be you know what I'm saying, like be who you are. You know what I'm saying? And this is why being the school that, you know what I'm saying, the Commanding General YAHANNA, you know what I'm saying, like, has kept is such a necessity in our communities, man, because we telling you, let's gather together, you know what I'm saying? Let's be men, let's be warriors. You know what I'm saying? You want to get high, you understand, and sell drugs and be in the street, be the best YN that you could be. Meanwhile, these people are training to unalive you. Think about it.
Damn right. Yeah, you better start smoking weed, and you sisters better start arguing with your man talking about, you know, he can't lead if he ain't got the money. Listen, money is not gonna matter. When a police officer beats you across the side of your head in the name of white pride, it's not gonna matter. What's gonna matter is that you being protected by your man. You understand?
John Priest. If I could, right? I don't know if you saw the post on Facebook, since we talk about, you know, money, right? To so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American men, right? Y'all gotta understand that money doesn't make you, what is it? It's not about money. Money, you know, like what you can provide. There's a heavy video out there, you know, that was just shared of a brother bragging about how he took care of his rib, paid all her bills, and was married for 8 years or something like that.
Yeah.
And then right after he was divorced, because in the end it doesn't mean anything. You understand? Provide, you gotta be, you know, you gotta be a husband to your rib, to your wife, man. You gotta be a husband and be a man, and not, you know, that doesn't mean that, you know, that just because you make a lot of money that you're respected as a man of the house. This society doesn't see you like that. This society doesn't teach that. You know, because even with that, you still got high divorce rates. So the way to learn to be a man, right, a righteous man of God, that's the only way you're going to lead your household, Black and brown man, is here in the I.S.U.P.K and the Command General.
Damn right.
We've got gay rights, we've got women's rights. That was the people fighting for this in this nation. We give so much money per capita to aid charities around the world. We've gave fucking trillions over the last fucking 40, 50
and how much have we made? People. And how much have we made?
We've not made much ever, but the people have tried.
How much have we made? We have an honest conversation about history, right? If we've given all this in aid around the world, how much have we made from other countries off their backs? Now destabilizing.
Well, that's geopolitics. That's a lot more complicated. You're saying
is it too complicated? I'm responding to him because he said we.
So whilst we have taken, we have given back as well.
Have we given more than we taken? Have we given more than we taken? No.
I don't know. 100%. And what you want to make yours in?
I tell you why. One Nancy Prince Charles, one diamond in his fucking crown.
Hey, listen, the white man's a devil. That's all I gotta say. It's like it. This man's
that's all I was gonna say.
He don't know. He said, "Well, we've been charitable." That's what he said. He said, "What is this?" I think it's the brother talking to him like, "Yo, have we given more than we've taken?" He froze because. Yeah. When it comes down to it, even the dumbest, most uneducated Caucasian person knows that they are the biggest criminal on the face of the earth. They don't need to be oligarchs. They don't need to be royalty. They don't need to be in the government office. They know their history, from the richest to the poorest. from the oldest to your youngest, they know their history, and they're gonna complain about we've been giving it. We given too much to these people. We're giving too much to these people. How much have you taken from these people? Salakia. Anyone wants to add before we move on to the next one?
I was just gonna say the white man is the damn devil the Bible speak of. The oppressor is the devil the Bible speak of, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? How can you complain? You know what I'm saying? You giving it aid and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? You helping other nation. Meanwhile, you extorting every nation. You robbing them minerals by, you know what I'm saying, by the trillions. Like, god damn. You know what I'm saying? Like they made money off of everything, you know what I'm saying? Like slavery, you know what I'm saying? They're going to islands right now, you understand, and telling the islands you can't export, you know what I'm saying? You can export your own food. You have to import our food. You know what I'm saying? The oppressors, the damn devil the Bible speak of.
Khan.
So like, if I could real quick. So what's he telling him right here? He's, you know, because I kind of was, you know, in and out. He's talking about how much money Britain has given the world.
Right.
And
about white people giving too much and not getting anything back in return.
If I could, priest, right? And that shows you how these are not a people of God. It shows you how unbrotherly and inhumane these oppressors are, man. Because if you're giving to the world out of the goodness of your heart, why would you expect something in return? Why would you, you know, then throw it back at people's faces, you know, if you're such a good person, if y'all are the people of God, right? I thought you help people and you help the poor and you do all that because it's the right thing to do, not because you want something in return from said people, which comes to show that you really don't believe in helping the world. You really don't believe in you know, brotherhood. You really don't have compassion, and you don't believe in humanity. You're the opposite, just for acting like that. It's a lack of priest.
Damn right. We move on to the next one. This for those who would like to worship the stone. Even though it's clear that I have my child, right? What do you think they think about you? How do you think they're going to treat you, so-called Black, Latinos, and Native American Indians? He's mocking the child, offering him as a slave. Salakia, Adwanyam.
And Salakia, and these are, and that's in Africa saying free Palestine, free the Arabs.
Good night.
I mean that.
Listen, this is how they view you. It's not gonna change. We don't have a dog in the fight. You understand? We should not support either side, and we should not.
What are you doing?
Try to fight white supremacy of Christianity by becoming Muslim. This is how the Muslims view you. There's nothing.
Go ahead. That's like we're still speaking.
No, I was done. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, right, this, you know who should see this clip and pay extra close attention to it? What they call the NOI, the one percenters, right? The Nation of Islam, those who are in Islam, right? Y'all should see this, you know, see this and see that this is what this religion thinks of you. This is what this culture thinks of you. All, you know, so-called Black people in Islam.
Damn right.
And that big head ass baby don't even know what's going on.
Right.
Good night. Right. On to the next one. Where is it? This one says Charlie Kirk's surgeon says his neck bone of steel stopped the bullets, saving those behind him. Listen, I was on the TikTok with Officer Yawasop. Was it Officer Yawasop? Officer Raka? I forgot. But some white man came on saying Charlie Kirk was the Malcolm X of white people.
Good
Then I
night.
see a clip on Facebook. I need to find this. I'm gonna find it right now. The white man said Charlie Kirk died for their sins. You cannot make this up.
Good night.
Let me see if I can find the clip right now. You cannot make this up. It said
Salaki,
Charlie Kirk died
Barack
for their sins. Kawakan.
Hey, so don't be surprised if there's a new religion that emerges from this called Kirkism.
Oh, good
You
night.
understand? That's like they done made this cat Christ himself. I mean, you see how fanatical people are getting over Charlie Kirk. I would not put it past one day there's a whole religion based off the teachings of Charlie Kirk.
Kirkism.
Kirk, I'm gonna call it, you know, like that's the name I give it, Kirkism. But you know, it's wild, man. Like the fanaticism. I mean, you got people crying over this guy. You got people like holding mass vigils and and quoting him and threatening to harm people over him. There was a whole fight that broke out at one of his vigils because they said something mean about Charlie Kirk. So I mean, you call us a cult. You call us a cult, and we're what is it? Black identity extremists, and we're a threat to this and that. Meanwhile, we've never harmed anybody. Meanwhile, if you disagree with us, we're not going to harm you. But on your side, on your end, if someone just says something against your leader, Charlie Kirk, y'all will go harm them. So like,
I think I saw where they about to make a holiday after him.
Yeah, I was just about to say that other one.
So like, if I could real quick, just that, wouldn't that be a disrespect to Charlie Kirk making a holiday for him? Because he didn't believe in holiday in any more holidays. He said there were too many federal holidays with Juneteenth. So I mean, y'all not even honoring Charlie Kirk correctly. Salaki.
Is the Senate approves National Day of Remembrance for Charlie Kirk on October 14th, which happens to be George Floyd's birthday. Yeah, good night. Listen, our oppressor is a horrible monster. You understand? Like, out of all days, it doesn't matter out of all days, regardless whatever the case is, but this is insane. You cannot make this up. Salakia.
And they tell us to forget about slavery, but you won't make a day for Charlie Brown. I mean, what did Charlie Kirk?
God.
Charlie Brown, Khan. And for the devil, I can't find the clip, but for the devil that said Charlie Kirk died for their sins, this is a call for arms. And the proof is when he was unalive, again, that's what we talked about before y'all jumped on, right? They said white people fight back. They call out for a whole race to fight back, not for the right wing, not for the leftists. It says white race fight back. I'm like, good night.
They were saying white man fight back, God.
Yeah.
They were saying white man fight back. It's a lot of you.
Good night. And I have shout out to my news reporter. I have a news reporter sending me clips sometimes. Shout out to the news reporter. I got sent this clip, right? Let me see if I can share it. There you go.
Saw this black woman, creator I'd never seen before. She asked, "Why is all these white people so distraught over Charlie Kirk?" She said, "You don't know him. You don't, like, you have no idea who he is. You're not upset with everything else that's going on. What is it about this guy in particular that has everyone so up in arms in a way that they never have been before?" And something that I had sort of processing in my head, and I've spoke on it a little bit, but I don't think I've ever been able to put it so succinctly. He represents them in a way that they've never said out loud before, and now they're scared because he represented them in a way they've never said out loud before. His views for, at this point, most white people were normal. His views were deeply rooted in their value system. Again, 4 out of 5 evangelical Christians voted for Donald Trump, 4 out of 5. And so when they see someone like that saying things that in their heart of hearts they see as real and reasonable and totally valid and validated by the world we live in, they, for the first time, are going, oh, but what about me? And I don't wish anybody harm. I don't think what happened to Charlie Kirk should have ever happened to him. Not in any world. But they're looking at that and going, oh, he was harmed for his values. And, you know, you have other people going, what values? But to them, those are their values. Those are the things that they look at and they go, well, I mean, I don't like the idea of my daughter dating a black guy. And yeah, I also get a little scared when there's a black doctor or a black pilot. And I don't like that. Is he just there because he fit quotas? These are the things that a lot of white people, a clear majority truly believe. And until now, have never given you any semblance that they so deeply held those ideas in their hearts. And they, for the first time, felt like, I'm going to ironic air quote here, that they could be a victim of their own beliefs. And because they believe their beliefs are righteous, they feel victimized in a way that they never, ever have before. And I think that might be the most articulate way I could put why we are seeing so many of them lose their shit in a way, I mean, clearly by everyone's reaction, none of us were prepared for.
Listen, Charlie Kirk was the voice of the voiceless. That's who he was. That's who he was.
Salakia priest, if I could, right? Once again, this is an example of oppressors. What is it? Practicing victim mentality. You understand? That's why, because y'all portray yourselves as what did he say that Charlie Kirk was speaking up for them, right? That's what he said. Charlie Kirk was speaking up and saying things that we were too afraid to say. So y'all victims. Even when the whole complaints that they were making against DEI and why was it such an issue? You know, that's one thing about Esau, right? He tells on himself as this guy in the realest time, everything he's bringing out, right? Y'all are victims. Y'all are the biggest perpetrators of victim mindset. The fact that you believe there's a white genocide, like, isn't clear. You know, isn't a clear example, right? Because how are y'all being genocided? When have white people been forced to give up their identity? When have white people been forced to give up speaking English and German and Italian and Dutch and all that? When were y'all forced into boarding schools and forced to cut your hair? You understand? When were y'all forced to, when are y'all told that the way you have your hair is seen as unprofessional and that you have to grow it out? Because they believe keeping it cut short, the way the Romans had their hair is the professional way to look. When are you told that you look ridiculous in a suit and a tie, at a job site? You don't get told these things yet. You think there's a genocide against y'all. Y'all don't get racially profiled. Y'all can walk down the street and the cop isn't going to pull you over and ask where you're going. Isn't going to practice broken window policing, thinking that they have to pull you over, for a traffic stop and then turn it into a felony stop. You understand? So y'all are the biggest perpetrators of that whole victim mentality. And Charlie Kirk knew that. Charlie Kirk knew that was his intended audience. I mean, my question would be, how much money did Charlie Kirk make off of his debates? How much money did he make going to those college campuses and battling quote unquote liberals? and or or in reality, college students that are barely learning, the truth, or barely learning things, and of course they're just speaking up because in their mind they thought it's the right thing to do. Right? How much money do you think Charlie Kirk made off all that? Just like Donald Trump, right? Donald Trump did the same thing. What he placated to a certain group of people, right? That harbor that same belief in white genocide and have issues with the affirmative action and DEI because they think they're getting replaced when they run everything and said use talking points to gain their vote and gain their support. You understand? And how much money do you think Trump made off that? Because that's the thing. Y'all are not victims. Y'all are truly not victims. You oppressors need to understand that. And maybe the attitude wouldn't be so like that towards y'all if y'all would have some compassion and stop telling so-called blacks and Hispanics that when we speak up about our issues, when we talk about things that are happening to us, and then our people are truly too scared to speak up. Our people are truly too scared to be angry or feel angry. That's why we go out of our way to still love y'all after all the mistreatment y'all give us. You understand? So this right here, just so I get back to my main point, is that this whole situation shows that the so-called white man, el hombre blanco, the oppressor, is the biggest perpetrator of the victim mentality. So like,
no matter how much money they made, I just know that none of them paid their tithes.
Right.
So, and Salaka, if I may, I'm saying, Malak, you said something earlier about the white man profiling himself. Well, you know what? I'm saying, like, this is true because we're not gonna unalive white people for their views. We don't care. I'm saying, you don't want no black doctor, we're still gonna be doctors. You don't want black lawyers, we're still gonna be lawyers. You understand? So even though I'm saying you have certain type of views, we don't give a damn. We already know your views. We already know you hate black people, you hate Latinos, you hate Native Indians. You understand? So, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be unalived by your people for your views, not by us. So you, like you said earlier, Priest, you understand? They should profile themselves every day. The FBI, you understand? All these alphabet groups, you understand? Should profile every single white person. So like.
Damn right, damn right.
Damn right. That's the crazy part.
Everything you talk about, slavery, all that's in the past. Guess what? Charlie Kirk in the past.
Right, sir.
Y'all y'all complain about all that's the past. Ain't nobody give a damn about y'all problems. Y'all don't give a damn about nothing but y'all self. And y'all say we complain. When y'all always on goddamn internet complaining about something.
Right, sir. Right, Salakia. That's what I wanted to say. He was trying to say, but yeah, Khan, no bigger complainer and than this oppressor.
Damn right. And you see this, the way this devil broke it down is that, again, for those who don't know, Charlie Kirk was not mourned only in the US. They were mourning him throughout the whole entire Caucasian community on the face of the earth.
The sad part, Priest, is not just the Caucasian community. It's the so-called blacks and Hispanics. I don't know if you saw that video of the black church singing to Charlie Kirk. Last night I played a visual. Salaki. Last night I played a clip of a visual out here with Latinos in there. You understand? It's like I said. Don't be surprised if this is a whole new religion is born out of this situation.
Man, they had the video with the dude, Captain Tazariak was battling, the guy Logic dude. He was on there crying behind Charlie Kirk.
Sir. God Logic, right? God Logic.
It's about to be a rude awakening for our people who are still siding with the oppressor. You cannot side with people who lack morals. You can side for people who just have, besides the nature, a history of wanting to erase you.
Right.
You understand? Like, I'm gonna show you the nature of the white man. Just now. I don't know anyone who remembers this cat. what's his name again? This cat is the Florida white dude. His name is Stitches. He got knocked out by the game.
Yeah, it's a lot of priest. If I could, not to sidebar too much, but that's the only reason why I'm familiar with or heard of WAC 100, because WAC 100 was the cat that knocked out Stitches. I remember when this cat was trolling online, trying to troll the game.
Yeah, I think WAC knocked him out, not the game. WAC, well,
Yeah.
he got knocked out.
God,
He's from,
he got
he's
knocked.
the crazy white dude.
God.
Well, watch this. But this is the nature of white people.
I think it's horrible what happened to him, especially that his kids and wife have to see that for the rest of their lives. Because no matter what, they're always going to go to the last moment of their father living. And if I was assassinated, I just hope that whoever assassinates me gets what they deserve. However, wherever they are, and whoever it is, the that did that to Charlie Kirk, they should rape him in prison. They should shove a broom up his ass. All right, they should make his life a living hell. They shouldn't take his life. They should make every day of his life a living hell for what he did.
That's not very Christian.
Right, it's not very Christian at all. You should forgive him. I thought y'all believed in forgiveness.
Good night. Listen, this is don't think y'all. It's just some white dude with a bunch of tattoos or whatever that's just talking like that.
So like, Rakiala, not to cut you off, priest. Just wanted to side note something to you. One phrase comes to mind: years of abuse.
Good night. Listen, this is how the white race thinks. This is white Christianity.
God.
This is white Christianity. You understand? Charlie Kirk was a devout Christian calling for public execution.
Right.
I'm gonna just leave this right here.
So like that reminds me of the Amalekite, the Jewish people, you know what I'm saying, like protesting for the right to rape those Palestinian prisoners. The same type of spirit.
Nah, you forgot the key word. They successfully protested for that. I mean, they won the cause. They're like, yeah, they should have the right to assault the men that they captured, the soldiers that they capture in prison. That's what they said. You understand? But this is their nature. This is Christianity right here. These are the devout Christians. Don't think, well, these are just sick people. They don't have morals. Listen, none of them have morals. This is how they conquered. This is how they made America great. You understand? Salakia. Now that their Christ is gone, there's gonna be a lot of uprisings. There's gonna be a lot of civil war. And the next topic is there's gonna be some world wars. The U.S. issues a World War III warning as Russia violates NATO airspace. People keep thinking, oh, we're gonna go back to normal. Ever since COVID, and it just kept going downhill ever since.
Right.
And so, like, I just wanted to add something about the Stitches, right? I believe he has a song that is called "I Pray to God." So
yeah, that's what the point is. This is crazy. That's not very Christian. Good night. Let's see if I can find it.
So, like, if preachers also a video of Stitches. I guess he the story goes. Right, it's a police body cam footage, but the police are running up on him because he fired 2 shots inside of his place of business, and he's saying that he didn't, like, there was nobody inside the building, right, that they found out that no one broke in, but he was claiming that he it might have happened because he hadn't slept for days. One thing comes to mind looking at him and the way he was moving in that video and the way he's moving right there. Meth, man. This guy look like he's high off meth.
Oh yeah, I know he's a junkie for a fact. I know he's a junkie for a fact. You know how I know he's a junkie? Because white people love drugs. That's how I know.
Right.
That's how I know. Stop believing the propaganda that drugs is a black and Latino thing. Stop believing propaganda. Look at the listen. Good night. Yesterday, I'm so out there myself. We seen some zombies yesterday. Good night.
Good night.
The crackhead. We thought the crackhead was talking to us, following the whole time. This man was talking to himself, complaining about. I don't know. He was going on a crackhead rant. When we get off the bus, we see. I know for a fact this was fentanyl, some type of opioid. This zombie was just standing in the middle of the sidewalk in broad daylight under the sun, just bugging out, leaning. I don't know if you were dead with your eyes open, but good night.
Hey, he was talking to Charlie Kirk.
Yeah. Good night.
He was getting a vision from Charlie Kirk.
He was getting a vision indeed. You understand? But this is how I know. You know how I know white people love drugs? Because the former mayor of Toronto was a crackhead.
Good night.
Let me see. What's his name again? Doug Ford?
Yeah, Ford.
So like Barack, y'all, what do they say? What is it that white people can do that so-called blacks and Hispanics can't? Right, well, that's what white supremacists love saying, that argument, right? When they try to say that there's no white privilege. Well, here's two examples of what, white people can do that we can't. You can be a crackhead and become mayor, and you can be a 30-something plus time felon and be president of the United States.
As a matter of fact, the son of the former president was also a crackhead. And he's advocating, saying that smoking crack, we have to play this clip again. He says smoking crack is safer than drinking alcohol. That's what Hunter Biden said. Listen, watch this clip right here. This is the former mayor of Toronto. He was buying. Oh, good night, Salaki. First of all, I didn't realize I was not showing the video. Then again, Tom Dennis, you need to tread carefully.
That's why he wants to be involved in everything. He wants to fight everybody's battles, and it's going to kill you. Kill you. Don't do it. Your kids are important to you. That's what drives you, baby. That's what I love.
Good night.
Okay.
No, you don't know.
Your children, your family, your kids. Footballers. Your kids that play football. That's what drives you. Family.
Does he have a crack pipe in his hand?
Yeah, this is the former mayor of Toronto. He was buying crack for from Somalis in Toronto, whatever the case is. This is how I know white people love drugs.
Right.
And this is a perfect example of white privilege. Because you know what they said about him? They said he has issues that he needs to work on, Listen, they said the same thing about Hunter Biden. He has issues. And then he's on a podcast advocating for drug use as opposed to, having a drink. He said Hunter Biden says smoking crack is safer than having a drink or a glass of whiskey.
Imagine
white people love drugs is Canada. Canada decriminalized drug possession. In Vancouver, there was this devil in Vancouver who ironically died of a drug overdose. He had a store like the weed shops. He had a shop where he was selling crack, meth, fentanyl, but just the right amount where you cannot get arrested for it. It's the recreational amount. That's how I know white people love drugs. You understand? White people just love doing drugs. You see black people on drugs, they're oppressed, they're distraught, they're destroyed as a community. White people, listen, this is a mayor right here.
A mayor.
And I believe that his brother's in power right now, I believe, right?
Yeah, his brother is the mayor of Toronto. No, I think, the mayor of Toronto this year is a Chinese woman. Before her was his brother. His brother replaced him. right? And I think since last year, it's a Chinese woman now, and it's still mourning him or whatever the case is. Don't be surprised if his brother has another drug addiction.
Huh.
It runs in the family. It's Esau. And the biggest drug dealers are white people.
Right.
Good night.
Right.
You can't make this up. That's how I know. It's not according to fake propaganda pushed against white people. It's really not. Because I don't have an agenda to push when it comes to painting them in a horrible picture. No, it's just a historical fact. Don't you know the biggest drug dealer was the Crown of England? You know, we can't mention names apparently because of free speech when it comes to certain things, but don't you know that? Pablo Escobar has nothing on England when it comes to drug deal. And that's how crazy it is.
It's a lot, Barack. If I could, here's a question to ask. Who was Pablo Escobar working for? Y'all think he was self-employed? He was working for somebody.
Yeah, he don't come from a rich Colombian family. At all.
Right. You think he just became a drug kingpin, you know, started from the bottom and worked his way up to the top all by himself. He just had the idea one day to think, you know what? I'm going to sell drugs to become rich. Someone told him to do that. Someone taught him to do that. The question is who?
It's Rob Ford. It's this cat right here.
Yeah,
I'm trying to find the clip.
You know, it wasn't black people selling him drugs. I'm saying it wasn't one of us that's selling him that drugs. I'm saying it was one of them. And nobody got arrested. You know what I'm saying? Like you have your mayor, you know what I'm saying, smoking crack. Nobody's asking, well, who's selling him the crack? How come nobody got arrested?
Right.
No, they were exposing themselves. The Somali gangs, the Africans were selling him crack. And they were exposing themselves. I was like, well, damn. Imagine that. The mayor of a city you would imagine he would want better for the city, for the communities in the city. And as opposed to fighting the drug problems in the city, he's right in the middle of it. You see when it says supply and demand, he's the demand. You can't make this up. This is not very Christian. Is this a Christianity to talk about? We just seen Stitches talking about doing horrible things to Kirk's unaliver. You understand? We see the mayor Rob Ford, right? So what's going on? We need answers. That's what we need. We need answers. Can someone answer us? Because I'm not an expert. I don't know. I don't know. But I know for a fact that the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
Salakia. You want to add anything before we close out?
If I could, Salakia Priest, I just want to plug in, of course, my channel, you know, our channel, you know, which is the Inconvenient Troops 1969 on YouTube. Subscribe. Lord allow, Priest, I'll try to hop on in the mornings on this live with y'all, man, you know, but of course, definitely, you know, for anyone listening, man, share, subscribe to our channel, you know, the Inconvenient Truth 1969. That's you can find on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok, on X, on what's it called? That's that IG already, right? On Instagram, just on those main social media platforms. Also, just a heads up, wanted to plug in that October 2nd to October 5th is our annual West Coast Cookout. So anybody able to make it, man, make it. If you're so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native American, come see us, man. Come see what true brotherhood and sisterhood is. Come see what the solution is to, you know, address the cat earlier to ask what the solution was. Well, the brotherhood and sisterhood we show here, which is based out from what Jesus Christ taught, is with us, man. Come catch a glimpse of it out here in California, man. We got the cookout. I believe Thursday is the scripture breakdown with Jeremiah Hyman. Friday is the lecture with Commanding General YAHANNA. Definitely want to plug that in, right? How pornography and video games have destroyed the the marriages and broken the family home. Salakia, because I can't memorize off the top of my head, paraphrasing it. But then, of course, we got our cookout that Saturday. Oh, Friday also after the lecture is an all-black party. And then Saturday is our cookout out there in San Bernardino, out in the IE. And, of course, we have the High Holy Day that Sunday, which is going to be at our school, which is at 246 East Highland Avenue in the city of San Bernardino, California. So, so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, you can make it out to the West Coast, man. Pull up. So with that, man, the water for having me, please. On the show.
Anytime, Madawan. And again, this is another successful episode of One West Ground Zero Radio. You understand? Tune in every Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget, this evening, 7 p.m. sundown, we have the memorial of blowing of trumpets. Contact the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge in your respective zones, right, to attend the feast. You understand? The I.S.U.P.K is the home of the truth. The white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. And
that's right.
Last but not least, from September 26th to October 4th, the I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, under commanding General YAHANNA, will be in Dominican Republic, right, from La Romana, Santo Domingo, Santiago, and Dajabon, to teach so-called Dominicans, or the tribe of Simeon, and Haitians, or the tribe of Levi, that they are brothers and they should come together. We'll also be doing a clothing drive. If you want to donate, the Cash App is $ISUPK worldwide. Again, the Cash App is $ISUPK worldwide. If you only have PayPal, contact us at ISUPK Montreal at gmail.com or any ISUPK at gmail.com, right? And we'll provide you the PayPal information if you want to donate to the mission. With that said, Shalom, Israel.
Hey, Shalom.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. Órale.
Shalom Israel, yo soy el oficial Kamar Pañashakar y somos la I.S.U.P.K, la Escuela Israelita de Conocimiento Práctico Universal bajo el comandante general YAHANNA, con un anuncio importante especialmente para todos mis latinos, mis caribeños y todos mis centroamericanos, correcto. Nosotros en los finales de septiembre vamos a estar en la República Dominicana, la tierra sagrada, correcto, y vamos a empezar en lo que viene siendo la Romana y después vamos a estar en Santo Domingo, después en Santiago y después en Dajabón, correcto, en la frontera. Y lo que vamos a hacer va a ser un recaudador de comida, vamos a estar regalando ropa, niños, niñas, hombres, mujeres, pasando proyectos, interactuando con la comunidad. Va a ser algo muy fuerte, el Señor se va a mover y vamos a dejar saber a la tribu de Simeón, que viene siendo los dominicanos, son la gente escogida de Dios, correcto. Va a pasar grandes cosas ahí. Si tienen una pregunta, mándanos un mensaje, y si gusta soportar la causa, vamos a dejar el cash app, y con eso, shalom.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. It's Captain Posh. It's I.S.U.P.K under Commander General YAHANNA. The I.S.U.P.K will be in Dominican Republic and on the border out in Haiti. You understand? La Romana, Santiago, Santo Domingo, Dajabon, stand up. The tribe of Simeon and the tribe of Levi. Levi is the Haitian people, Haitians. You know what I mean? Those are actually the tribe of Levi, and the Simeons, the Dominicans, are the tribe of Simeon. You understand? We will be out there in September, breaking ground, teaching the truth, waking up the tribes, because that's what this is about, waking up all 12 tribes of Israel. You understand? Mexicans, Jamaicans, Haitians, Trinidadians, South America, Central America, all the 12 tribes. Look us up, isupk.com. If you want to support, send some money to I.S.U.P.K Worldwide. That's money sign, I.S.U.P.K Worldwide is the Cash App. Send some funds. We're going to be helping the people with everything we can. Shalom.
We have a gift that nobody can see, that was handed over to us to do something amazing. Take the gift, man. Take the gift. Take the gift, man. And let the Most High work in you to do something you have never believed.
I ain't even impressed what you expect. You see this shit? Hold on. This One West on my chest.
One West world. That's it. Oh.
Fucking street code, little priest. peace love. No stain, great Dane with the leash off. I ain't nothing of this world, I need a respawn. I just know they wish that I would stop, but I keep going. These fringes on my calf like a tube sock. I used to stuff the loose ones in my shoebox. And we came a long way from the curbside. Now we looking from the top from a bird eye. And I can't leave my brother on the battlefield. Lord, let the hell rain, we gon' see who real. And you know they gon' hate when they see a plate. So imagine what they doing for $250,000. And we really the only ones going to war. You niggas just be talking like y'all won the war. I made love to this truth and there's no divorce. My Spanish mommy call me Poppy like a corner store. Let me show you how to do it. City living by the word, I think it's time he proved. I think you better use your head before you fucking lose it. And say the acting for the camera, this is not a movie. I pray to God I don't fall off. I ain't nothing like y'all. Niggas think they slime, cut their head off a python. Blame me for my outlook, never counted the lookouts. The world said I wasn't shit, but look how I turned out. Not so bad, huh? Why you mad, huh? We go hard, but go harder for the have-not. Listen, when that oil hit your leg, then you can't stop. Your feet better hit the ground running, this shit bedrock. Man, we tried to put him on, but he sleep. Waking up the people, that's the job for a priest. Hopped out the wheel, fringes swinging like a pendulum. You heard of the tribes, where the fuck you think they get it from? Look, I'm a soldier, get the order, then I get it done. Got some big shit to split the water, make these niggas run. Why you hurt? If I told the truth, then I showed you love. Let me prove it, wanna move right, let me show you how to do it. Let me show you how to do it. City living by the word, I think it's time he proved. I think you better use your head before you fucking lose it. And say the acting for the camera, this is not a movie.
Don't step over the line though. Everybody, anybody is up for everybody. And that's not even, I got bigger fish to fry. I got people to save. I ain't even on a